Good morning. By the look of the numbers on the call, I waited a few minutes to see if we get some more numbers, but we're trending in a downward trend, and I'm hoping it's not because of just me, and it may be because it's a long weekend, it's the Queen's birthday, and all that good stuff. So let's have a look at what we're doing with COVID-19. The province will be extending the state of emergency for another 2 weeks. No new cases have been found in the province as of Thursday. The renewed declaration contains a clause to allow drivers who need to renew their Class 5 permit to do it online starting May 21st. The current photograph on the valid Class 5 driver's license will be used so that the license can be renewed. If the province can maintain the numbers of COVID cases in New Brunswick, Premier Higgs said it could ease the border restrictions with Quebec as early as July. Quebec currently has 40,724 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 3,300 people have died. That's a very, very large number. And I think that you'll also see probably by the 1st of July that if we're going to pick a partner to bubble with, we're probably going to pick a partner such as Prince Edward Island, who has had no cases on the island now for the last couple of weeks. So if we look at our map for New Brunswick, we've had 120 total cases since the outbreak. We still have 2 active cases, 18 recovered, no one in the hospital, and no one in ICU. We're climbing the ladder as far as testing. As of May the 14th, we've tested 2.5% of the population, and we're just over 19,307 tests. And I believe I read this, that they're opening up the testing now to different age groups and different people that just want to be tested. That's being opened, so there'll be a whole lot more tests going forward to ensure that we have flattened the curve on COVID-19. When we move into the technology, in the TAPS command schedule, 98% of our realtors, of 136 or 137, have met with David and have done the TAPS audit. The stats, David will do stats next week. Don't forget, we got Jeff Glover on Tuesday morning. So David will probably come in on a Zoom call next Friday and give you a wide variety of stats that he's prepared as a result of doing the audit. For a few agents left, they will be accommodate whenever they're ready. If you haven't contacted David, I know he's made several attempts to contact you, and we're going to leave it as that. And when you're ready to jump into command, he'll be more than happy to help. So the command bonus stats, from March the 8th to March the 10th, there was an increase of 6,034 contacts made in command. How do we do it? 59% of the agents made changes to their database, and all activity is significant. Keep up the great work. So over 50 contacts added. Derek Jock, Bathurst, Austin Drisdale, Fredericton, Dwayne Muir, Moncton, Devin Babineau, Moncton. Over 100 contacts added each. This is worth mentioning. Mark Sabian, St. John, Evan Young, St. John, and Josh Fawcett in Moncton. These were marked in red. These are new agents to Keller Williams. Congratulations, job well done. John Clendenning, Rachel Nevers, Samantha LeBlanc, Martha Lister, Jonathan Drisdale, Jeremy Spencer, Jennifer Steves, all added over 100 contacts in command. People that added 500 contacts or more: Justin Matadol, Carla Hunter Kingston, Charlie Vigneault. On the second slide, it's command from March 8th to March 10th. There was cleanup of 3,300 contacts. How do we do it? 59% of the agents made changes to their database. Over 50 contacts cleaned up. Sandy Levine, Fredericton; Susan Steves, Moncton; Scott McTavish, Moncton. Over 100 contacts cleaned up. Helena McDermott, St. John; Suzanne Lander, St. John; Megan McKinley, St. John; Jeremy Turgeon in Fredericton. Over 500 contacts cleaned up. Lisa Hare, Miramichi; Brent Ryan, Moncton. And the thing to note about this is that I believe the true number for over 500 contacts cleaned up was Lisa Hare, 1,250 contacts cleaned up. Now, Lisa Hare is, I think, number 2 or number 3 in Canada for her position, and yet she found a way to clean up 1,200 contacts. I believe Brent Ryan was over 650 contacts cleaned up. So even though you have top producing agents and teams looking at their database in a very special way now, is that they even had the time to go clean up some contacts. And as a result of that, they're going to get better use out of their database system, and they're going to be able to manage it at a level that's compatible of getting referral business. The other thing that I wanted to mention, and I want to send a big thank you out to Dylan. Red Day happened yesterday, and it was a different Red Day. It was a different Red Day for the whole world of Keller Williams, and it wasn't your traditional let's get out and work hard and paint and fix and rake and shovel. It wasn't like that, so we end up doing it virtually. And this Red Day virtually was pretty much in the control and the command of Dylan Mahaney, and I just want to say a big thank you to him for a job well done. And I think he sent a note this morning saying, "I'm glad that it's over. I don't want to see Facebook for a little while now," and I can understand why. But here's some of the results. In the last 24 hours, our posts have been seen by over 14,000 people. And we've had 2,000 engagements, whether it be likes, whether it be comments, or whether it be shares. And that campaign will probably filter through the system over the weekend, and I'm suspecting that in the vicinity of 20,000 people would look at that between now and Monday. So job well done. Thank you for all the participants that helped Dylan in any way to provide him the information and material. Hopefully next year, Dylan, we won't have to worry about a virtual. We'll be back to digging ditches or cleaning ditches or doing something that we can get out there as a group. But under the circumstances, this went over very, very well. The other thing that I wanted to just briefly mention is that Keller Williams Capital Realty has developed, because the government of the day says that as businesses are opening of their doors, we need to have an operational plan. Your leadership has taken the role of developing the plan, and I'd like to say a huge thank you to David Whalen for doing and continue to put these slide deck for me together so that I can talk about them on Tuesdays and Fridays, and with a bit of information I gave him of what this plan should look like. We're about 97% there in regards to finalizing it. NBRA had a meeting yesterday or on Wednesday with the government, and a meeting as a sort of a ad hoc committee. They've come up with some stuff. I'm going to review that document that was provided to me. If there's anything in there that's worthwhile pulling into this operational manual, we'll do it. If not, then I'm hoping to finalize this manual by the end of the day today, and then have one of these manuals posted at each of the business centers so that everyone knows what's going on. One of the things in the government's meeting on Wednesday, they're suggesting that somebody be assigned to each office to be sort of the ambassador for COVID-19. I don't know if that's a position that I would want, to say I'm an ambassador of COVID-19, but we're probably going to have the directors of first impressions, or directors of operations, or I guess we can't use general manager, but we're gonna enlist them to ensure that the operational manual is followed to the letter. If it's not, and we don't keep a handle on this, we would be absolutely, if we're called upon and we're not following the rules of the plan, they'll shut us down. So we're going to be very, very adherent to the plan. The other thing that I just wanted to mention is that for some offices, and I keep picking on our friends to the north, Bathurst, because of the size of the office and the number of agents in there, I know that you've done a great job so far in ensuring that you maintain as much social distance as you can, and that if there's more than 2 people in that, or 3 people in that office, that you are wearing masks. And that goes for any of the common areas that we're currently, or the bullpen areas that we're currently have. For people that do not have an office, if you're in there by yourself, you don't have to have a mask. If somebody shows up, both of you need to put a mask, and if there's more than 2 of you in there, you definitely need to have a mask on. There's no getting away from that. And when you leave, you're responsible to clean the chair and the space that you occupy. And that's why we keep reiterating that if you're not coming in here to print stuff off or drop stuff off, it's best that you continue to do this work in the confines of your home or your home-based office. That's where you've been for the last 6 or 7 weeks, and it will make it a whole lot easier until things open up by this province again. So any questions or concerns, again, I'm a phone call away, and so is Scott. We want you to have a great long weekend. Enjoy the weather. Remember to still social distance. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. And if you got to put a mask on, the mask doesn't give you self-confidence that you're not exposed. So just remember that we're going to do everything we can to ensure that we give you everything at the top level. Remember, on Tuesday, I'm going to send a note out on Monday. I would like to have lots of participation for Jeff Glover on Tuesday morning. Thank you very much, and have a great weekend.